Hello and welcome. I'm Gayatri. This is my third video reviewing Mudra's My Colors. These were released in January this year, and today I am reviewing the watercolor property of these My Colors. So I have a few My Colors ink pad here, watercolor brushes, clean water, water in a spray bottle, as well as microfiber cloth. I used the floral image from the Floral Love stamp set. This is a new release this month. I black heat embossed the image on the watercolor paper and it is ready to go. I start with pressing the Tangerine Orange and Flamingo Pink Mai on my craft mat. Spray with a little water. The ink dissolves in water, which is great for watercoloring. And I try two techniques. One is wet on wet, which is basically wetting the petals of the flowers using clean water and then coming in with the pigments. The water does the job of moving the pigments and blending them. I use Flamingo Pink on the inner corner of the petals and the Tangerine Orange on the outer edge of the petals. I always start with a very light wash of colors, and so I can build the colors in the second layer and the third layer. Then I tried pigment direct to paper. So I use the Flamingo Pink directly on the inner corner of the petal and bringing the pigment to the center. Similarly, the Tangerine Orange on the edge of the petal and blending it to the center of the petal to the Flamingo Pink. This technique does need a bit of work manually to blend the colors in the center, but the pigment is a bit more intense than the wet on wet technique as there is no extra water to dilute the pigments. But I like wet on wet technique more for open spaces because the water does the blending job for you. For smaller flowers, I use direct to paper technique because it's much easier and the space is smaller. I start with a light wash of colors and then build the colors as the water dries. This will give layers and color saturation as well. I wanted a bit more intense pink, so I moved to the Fuchsia Pink, which you will see in the video, than the Flamingo Pink because the Flamingo Pink was a little too light for me compared to the Tangerine Orange. The coloring is a little bit of a long process, so I am going to fast forward the video a little bit, add music for the rest of the coloring, and I will catch you all in a bit. That is the floral love image all colored, and I will add a little bit of gray on the background using the black Mai color, and the panel is ready for card making. Next step, I want to see how my colors perform using emboss resist technique. I have a white heat embossed background image using the Incredible India stamp set. By the way, this stamp set is a background stamp and is great for mixed media. I love the stamp so much. I decide to use the purples, pinks, red and orange colors of Mai. They are Fuchsia Pink, Flamingo Pink, Lilac, Ruby Red and Tangerine Orange. I smush the Mai on my craft mat, spritz with a lot of water and then press the embossed watercolor panel on the ink. I start with the light color of Flamingo Pink. I smush couple of corners, then I dry it using my heat gun, then move on to the next color, which is the ruby red, or yes, ruby red. Spritz it with water, again press my embossed panel on the ink at different places, then dry it again with the heat gun, then moving on to lilac, similar process, and finally to tangerine orange. I repeat the process for a couple of colors to get layers and saturation. I dry the panel completely and add spatters using the same Mai colors. I love the result on this panel. This panel is so beautiful. I am not going to show you the card making process using these two colored panels because that is not the purpose of this video. So coming to my view on my colors for watercoloring, yes, they are great for watercoloring as you can see. The colors can be diluted with more water for a lighter wash or little water for more saturation. I love that they can also be used for watercolored emboss resist backgrounds. This means these colors are great for mixed media backgrounds. Or if you just want a colorful background for your card, just smush the colors on watercolor paper and there you go, you get a colorful background. Now, here are the photos of the finished cards and close-ups. More details on these cards will be on my corresponding blog post on Mudra blog. I will link it in the description box below. There is also another card in the post, so make sure you visit the blog post. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. All supplies used to make these cards are listed below. Thanks so much for watching and bye for now.